This is the story of E5 veteran Michael Wagner. The Air Force started out as a branch in the Army, then it became its own branch of the military in 1947. In these 79 years, there has been an exponential amount of veterans from this branch. One of these veterans was E5 Michael Wagner, born on August 22nd, 1962 in Hampton Bays, New York. He said,
No, I was not near the ocean. I was near the bays, and there was a lot of bodies of water, so I spent most of my time on the beach.
while he was near the bays, he would go fishing. His parents were Thomas and Denise Wagner. His father worked as a technician and his mother as a sonographer. He had three siblings, Richard, Kurt, and Lynn. His eldest brother, Richard, had served in the Army. Before entering the military, Wagner had a job in construction as well as roofing. After asking if his jobs before the military had made the entrance into the military easier, he said,
Yeah, they definitely did. There's no question about it. You had to deal with a lot of different types of people. You had to be very adaptable, and you also had to be very tolerant because you were working with a lot of different people from different nationalities. And yeah, that definitely gave me an edge. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
he enlisted into the military in 1984 when he was 21. He joined for the financial security that the military offered. He left his siblings and parents when he enlisted, but they were very proud of him joining. He entered the Air Force and believed that it was a mental challenge, while the other branches were more physically challenging. His worst day was when he went on a 20-mile march. He says his most vivid memory was working on the M16 and going on a mile-and-a-half run in 7 minutes. However, he said,
The best part of basic training, believe it or not, was probably the food. The food was actually very good.
he believes the worst part was his experience in the San Antonio heat. He had a very influential instructor who helped him improve as an airman during basic training. After basic training, E5 Michael Wagner went to the 509th Bomb Wing at Pease Air Force Base, where he was in charge of the alert facility. As a part of this, he was feeding the people on the Air Force Base. He did not receive any specialized training, however, he did on-the-job training. During his experience with on-the-job training, he became qualified with many different equipment, such as the dump trucks and the tractors. His favorite to operate was the backhoe, which he also believes to be the hardest to learn. He was first assigned to Pease Air Force Base in December of 1984. He fed the navigators along with the pilots. He enjoyed his experience immensely and then transferred into nutritional medication. After that, he was stationed in Scott Air Force Base in Illinois, where he served as a C4 requirements officer. He said,
As a C4 requirements officer, which was command, control, communications, and computers. And basically, what we did was we processed computer requirements for headquarters MAC. If someone had a need for a computer, we had to use the standard contract, which was the Z248 contract. And if we could not satisfy their requirements with a standard computer, we could ask for a non-standard Macintosh or Apple, but it was very difficult to get those approved through the CSRB secretary.
his most memorable moment was when the airmen were behind on a project and they came together and finished it. He believes that due to the mental stress, this was more challenging than food services. He was sent to Shemaya, Alaska for a couple of months to assist with the program management, where he assisted the airmen and the contractors who came to the island. He also assisted the Cobra Eye and Cobra Ball, which keep surveillance on Russia. He said that they had many buildings in this part of Alaska. However, he had spent most of the time in the gym. There were around 500 people on this island at all times. He made many friends in Alaska while spending his off days working out and shooting hoops. He left the same year he had arrived in Alaska, leaving in 1992 and returning to Scott Air Force Base. He did not directly affect the plans and actions of the Gulf Wars, but realized the threat of Saddam. For a typical day on one of the Air Force bases, Wagner would get up at 5 and was working by 7. Then he would get off at 4:30, have dinner, work out, then go to bed and repeat. During his service, he had a good time, met good people, and has no regrets when looking back on his service. He believes the best part of his service was the training he received and the friends he had made throughout his service. His service ended on February 14th, 1994. From there, he returned to Hampton Bays, Long Island, and started working for the Veterans Administration. He believes his community was very proud of his service. The service changed him in many ways. He said,
What it did was it made me a little bit more tolerant and understanding of people from different backgrounds and different areas of the country. It also gave me a sense of pride. It gave me a a desire to be a leader, and also a ability to be a follower when necessary.
He said the lessons he learned is to take pride in what you do and be willing to sacrifice for the overall good of the operation. His lesson for future generations was to take pride in the things you do. He also believes the military will offer you guidance, health care, and financial stability. He believes the Air Force was the best branch for him, but others swear by their branch. He wants people to know that he's just a regular guy who served his country and came out with more pride in his country. Thank you for your service, Mr. Wagner.